Alright everybody, welcome to another Modern stream. Today is Know Thy Enemy Friday, and we're going to be getting to know probably the #1 enemy right now in the Modern format. Temur Rhinos. This is a deck that many players consider to be one of, if not the actual best deck in the format. And the deck is just robust. The deck is clean. The deck just does the same thing over and over again. Very consistent. And what it does is no joke. So we have 8 cascade spells, and these cascade spells always will be finding crashing footfalls. So that is the combo. So you can spend 3 mana and get 10 power, or you can get spend 3 mana at instant speed and get 8 power. Then we have interactive spells, which are mostly free or have ways around the cost. Of course, we need all of your cascade spells, all of the spells in the deck to be 3 or more because of the cascade mechanic. So we have Prismara Command as interaction. This one is particularly important because it gets rid of Chalice of the Void, which is one of the main tools that people are using in order to stop cascade, and Void Mirror. Bone Crusher Giant is a way to access a shock, some form of early interaction, while the 4/3 body also being relevant when you're trying to raise. Force of Negation, of course, free, good stuff. No, nothing bad to say about Force of Negation. The only cool interaction this has is because of Violent Outburst, you can actually use Force of Negation proactively, so you can outburst, and if your opponent counters, you can actually counter back using Force of Negation on your opponent's turn, which is pretty gross. Brazen Borrower, another way to answer chalices in a temporary fashion, but which is very often enough. You just answer the chalice on their end step, you untap, you get 10 power, and then they replay the chalice, but they're ready to deal with your 10 power anyway. Fire and Ice, another new one from Modern Horizons 2. An oldie but a goodie. This one is very good at getting rid of small creatures and also tapping down bigger creatures, which can allow you to race back with your footfalls. Dead Gone. All of these cards, by the way, get around the requirement of Shardless Agent by being, this one's being 3 mana and this one's being split cards. So when considered for their CMC, it's actually 4 in both cases. So Dead Gone is a shock, and it's a way to bounce opponent's creatures, which can be, Crushing Footfalls, Murktide Regents, whatever. The sideboard, of course, is limited to cards that cost 3 or more again. So we're going to have to find roundabout ways to have early interaction. Dispute is just perfect for situations like this. This actually is probably the best Blood Moon deck in the format, not because Blood Moon is insane or anything, but because it's kind of free for this deck to play, and the color requirements are super clean. They're super easy to fulfill, so it's really not a big deal at all. And just with a couple of fetch lands, it's very easy to just make sure that you have all the colors that you need. So Blood Moon seems great here. 4 copies of Force of Vigor. We don't have that many green cards to pitch, which is an interesting thing. We only have the Outburst, the Agents, and the Crushing Footfalls. So it's not going to be the best Force of Vigor deck ever, but still, the card is powerful, and it's just like a solid addition. And again, free, and it covers the 3 CMC or more requirement. Clothis, which is a mid-range threat that we can play against mid-range decks. And Fire Spout as a sweeper, and another copy of Dead Gone for whenever we want more of this kind of effect. This is Doomwake's list, by the way. I just asked him to shoot me a list, and he was kind enough to do it. So we're going to be trying this out, and yeah, we're going to see how it goes. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you for round number 1. Alright, round number 1 is here. Is this a keep? Guess we don't have Rhinos, but we have a bunch of good interaction. Easy. Jeff Cat, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Coming back for 22 months, getting close to 2 years. Yeah, thank you so much. And also, I forgot to shout out good old Papa John Napkins. Thank you so much for the sub there, Papa John. I think I'm just going to main phase Bone Crusher this guy. My opponent could be playing like counter spells and shit, so. Mulligan, I see no clear. Turn 2 or 3 Titan with this hand. Oh man. He got me. Look at this. Turn 3, Bone Crusher Giant. This deck is crazy. Yeah, maybe I should have shipped this hand. This deck is so good. By turn 3, I shocked the creature, and I also got a 4/3 out of the deal. Whew. Can we get to stop them in the nuts soundtrack from Boondocks for every time we slam stomp? Probably not. It's a 7/7. Opponent takes it. Damn it. So I guess we're just gonna ice this. Gonna shock this. And I want to do this before my opponent resolves their triggers. Because they may get delirium otherwise. Huh. This is only a creature? That's funny. I would assume that this would count for both creature and instant, but apparently it only counts as a creature. Interesting. I think we're just racing here, right? Oh, come on, dude. So we're just gonna get an island. Just gonna Fury this, swing for 4, and, you know, put my opponent in a situation where they need to do something. And they can't race me with Murktide, because this is more than a 2-turn clock. The problem is they could have Bolt, they could have Unholy Heat, like all of those cards just deal with Fury, and then we can't race this guy. Mañana me mudo con mi novia y tengo un encuentro de sentimientos bravísimo, nervios, emoción, felicidad, ansiedad. I can't handle so many things, not to mention me playing Rhinos. SRAM. Mudarte con tu novia nunca puede ser tan interesante como como una liga con Rhinos, por supuesto. No, la mejor de la suerte, ¿eh? Mucha suerte con eso. Felicitaciones. So we're probably super dead here, right? All right, so interactive hand, irrelevant if we don't have enough pressure. So that's what I have learned. So I attack, they block. Even if I find dead gone, that doesn't do anything for me. I guess I can attack. If they block, I Prismara Command. 2 damage. Draw to discard 2. Yeah, that plays. Alright. So I guess I probably want to do this right now. Play around counterspell. And now if they play their dude, it's going to be a 3-3, which is a lot easier to deal with. Where's my own Murktide? Just want to see my own Murktide. Or another one of these guys. This is just a 4-4 here. But if we have another bounce spell... Clap. Easy clap. Should I actually kill this? I could kill this. I 2-for-1 myself in order to kill it. And I leave myself with nothing left. And they still have 2 Murktides. If they run out of Murktides, is match with... I mean, I have nothing going on, and all I have is a Brazen Borrower, and my opponent has more stuff than I do. I think I'm just gonna Gauntlet. I'm gonna Gauntlet. Because if their Murktide is small, we can just Fury it eventually. Well, now we're probably in trouble. But this surely makes me happy that I was able, that I just did go on it. Instead of 2-for-1 myself, because it would be just me on 0 cards and a Brazen Borrower against like 4 cards. They're not that far away from casting it again. They're kind of far from making it a big one, but no, it only takes a couple of... Like, they're going to be able to just cast it next turn, as is. Where are my Cascade spells? I'm 20 cards in and I have not found a single Cascade spell. Definitely going to borrow on end step. Also wear that to double bolt, for the record. Iteration into iteration. Gross. 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 Exile Monkey. Spike with the massive raid. Welcome everybody from Spike stream. Out here, chilling, playing some Rhinos in today's Know Thy Enemy. Definitely gonna kill this guy. Yeah, well, thank you for those follows. That's a lot of gifted subs. Jeez. The raid coming in hot. What's going on right now? Thank you, Naughty21, for gifting like a gazillion subs. Jeez. Yeah, if you're familiar with the exclamation point Frank command, that's me. I like to put lands in my decks. Oh, dude, what's going on? Spike gifting another gazillion subs? Dude, this is so awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I think I'm probably gonna have to mute the notifications because this is gonna go off for a while. But thank you to both of you for the lovely support. Really, really appreciate it. And welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We're just playing some Rhinos, as I was saying. This is our very, very first match of the day, so we're gonna be doing some stuff. Sweet moment when Spike's streaming into this one. Yeah, for sure. Really, really means a lot. And all of you, the so many follows and gifted subs. Whew, that's hot. That's a lot. Thank you, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes it a lot easily for me to, you know, survive the all the stuff that I'm about to get Murktide over here. But thank you so much for the support. What do I stream normally? Dude, it feels really bad because the other day I actually stole Spike's trophy. So I think I'm just gonna kill this in response and make a treasure. What do I normally stream? I stream every Punches says double bolt. Sweet. So I stream Monday through and now now Donnie with the 20 gifted subs. That's crazy. This is too crazy. This is too crazy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. That's incredible. Well, all of you, welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. We play Permeable Titan decks here. We play Lands deck. We play good stuff. And on every Friday we have a series called Know Thy Enemy. So in every Friday, what we do is we just play tier decks. We just play tier 1 decks. We get to know our enemy and we get to hopefully know how to better be prepared to beat these nonsense decks. Just doing stuff at random here. I think I want Clothes and I want Dispute. I probably want this as well. But basically decks that die to Moon. Actually, I have not lost a single time to the card Blood Moon with the Naya Lands deck. People just really, really want to Blood Moon me when I'm playing Naya Lands. But it's not very good against that deck. Like you obviously bring it in, but like the deck has a million answers to it. It's a pretty cool concept. Know the enemies Friday. Yeah. Obviously, Titan is our friend. Titania is our queen, and you know, this good decks are the enemy. Soy de Argentina. Nací en Argentina y viví ahí hasta los 20 años, pero ahora vivo en Estados Unidos. Titan isn't my king. No, Titan is my god. Clothes is not my god. It's just Titan is my god. I don't even know what to cut here. I think I'm just gonna cut a prismatic event. They're gonna be bringing in chalices and stuff, so I'm probably gonna bring this in. Minus 4 force, minus 3 prismatic command. There we go. Doom coming in clutch with the last minute cyber tech. We don't want Clothes Doom. I assume we would have wanted Clothes. Too slow versus Merc. Fair enough. So this hand seems like a trap. If I had an MTGO premium, this hand would be like a slam dunk, right? Like turn 1 we dispute their play, turn 2 we shock their Ragavan, turn 3 we outburst. It would be amazing. But I don't know if I've paid my renewal, so I'm just gonna ship this hand. This hand is a lot better because I always rather be flooded than screwed. Well, I'm not gonna keep this hand. There we go. This is a hand I can keep. Awesome. So keep this one. Probably bottom the footfalls. Yo, how legit is it for me to suspend footfalls on one? We have to send back 2 of these. These ones we're keeping. That one we're keeping. So I guess I am sending the footballs, and I guess I'm sending the dispute instead of the borrower. I think that's how I do that. Because like Outburst still gives me the Rhinos faster than suspending the Rhinos. You'd keep dispute. The thing is, I'm not gonna be. I guess. This is close. I mean, I could bottom a land and be like insanely greedy. I can just bottom land Brazen Borrower, and I suspend Rhino on one. So we can do something like this. Right there. Do that, say go. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I told you that I hadn't paid for premium this month. I'm sorry. I told you that I hadn't paid for MTGO premium this month. I'm getting punished. At least my opponent's hand is not very good. So we got that going on. I'm going to make the... probably Steam Vents or Breeding Pool. I guess we have double blue. We have double red and we don't really have double green, so I'm just gonna get Steam Vents here. Got him. Out of here. Out of here. Land. I mean, that's the closest thing to a land. Bonnie had the turn 2 Murktide. That's crazy. Land. Should I just bounce this? That's just such a waste, right? I don't think I'm supposed to bounce this here. Although, if I bounce this, if my opponent counters the footfalls, then they don't get triggers. Yeah, okay. Okay. This may be a little bit of a waste. But I think that there's a lot of value here. No, the thing is, if I let them do something with iteration, then they get to, you know, if they find a bubble, for example, they get even more triggers. No land? No land? No land. All right, so we're gonna get a couple of Rhinos going on here. Woo! Rhinomania! I would like 2 4/4s, please, and thank you. Still no land. So I guess we're just gonna chill here. We got 2 more 4/4s coming up next turn. We can... So I can tap my opponent's land on end step? If my opponent wants to not take 8, they're gonna have to crack right now. All right. So that probably means that they have another one, if I had to guess. And if they have another one, then that means that I don't want to play this. I just want to hold the outburst. Because like they knew that the Rhinos were coming. Yep. So now I can end step, just play Brazen Borrower. I think I'm gonna offer the trade with the DRC. Take 3. Go to combat. 8, yeah. If they crack explosives, we're just gonna shardless. They don't. They go down to 6. If they crack on end step, we wait for that to resolve. And now we outburst. Rhino Mania. Here we go. Explosives number 3. And holy heat. It's not good enough. That is pretty good though. That one actually, yeah, maybe that one's pretty good. They're down to 4. So we can tap this guy, and if we find any shock, we win. Fuse? Yeah, I wish I could. Why not Charles for the extra body? Did you see my opponent's crack explosives in my end step? I could not Charles for the extra body. The problem is I die to bolt, right? If I don't find anything off of this ice, I just die to lightning bolt. The thing is I'm dead to bolt anyways, right? I would be dead to a second Murktide. If I ice on upkeep and they have counter magic, I literally lose the game on the spot. Because if I do it on the spot, I lose on... Also, I allow them to draw another Unholy Heat and get rid of my Rhino. I think we probably just have to go for it. I think it's the issue is that I don't think we are going to get another turn. So I think we just have to do this. And we whiffed. Brutal. Because we're dead to counter spells straight up. Now we are dead to Lightning Bolt. So if they have bold, we just lose, but... Yeah, that's also true. The fact that we're anyways dead to a second Murktide. But this at least limits their cantripping here. Looks like they have a second Murktide, so we're just gonna lose. Show me. Yep, that's enough. All right. Okay, round number 2. Playing against Lurrus. It is Lurrus. Another one-lander. Yep, it's not gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna ship the Fury here. And this has established itself as a tried and true strategy, so let's do that. Unless we're paired against Mill or something. Okay, so this is just Hammer. Well, I'm definitely killing this thing right now. 100%. The fact that my opponent... I'd rather get more blue than more. I guess I could just get a basic mountain. Yeah. The fact that my opponent played an Inkmoth Nexus on turn 1 really tells me that they're gonna need that Ornithopter mana there. Yeah, Murktide happened. Huh. Never mind. I guess they did have a planes, or my opponent is paying for premium, maybe. Maybe they are paying for MTGO premium, unlike me. Shadow Spear. So my opponent has no equippers, is what I'm going to assume. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to use this turn to get to the board with Shardless Agent. Because they got Shadow Spear instead of getting a Hammer, which probably tells me, or guess most likely tells me, that they are trying to play like a grindier game. So let's just put the Empower in play. Pass the turn. I guess also I can't really beat if they had like Sigarda Sade into Hammer, right? Oh, my opponent just had it all. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't do anything because Giver just gives protection anyway. So we're just dead here. We're not gonna be able to do anything. I guess we can find Brazen Borrower? If we have Borrower, we can shock here. But now we just lose to the Inkmoth. We're dead to the Inkmoth. I guess my opponent may not see the line, I guess. So I'm gonna play towards my opponent not seeing the line because it's my only shot. Whoops. Well, attacking doesn't really make too much sense. Just gonna play another Shardless. It's not great, and I'm leaving myself obviously dead on board, but I don't know. Maybe they don't see the Inkmoth line. Was literally the top card of the deck. That's funny. Does Dress Down kill Murktide? No. It makes it just removes the flying. Literally doesn't change a thing. So what they should have done, so my opponent did lose, they did miss the line, they actually had lethal. So what they have to do is they have to activate Inkmoth, they equip the hammer, and then they activate Inkmoth again. That makes it so that the Inkmoth regains flying. So they actually did miss the line, but it didn't matter because they also drew they drew another way to kill me. I guess it is like that sometimes. So I don't think I want forces. I do think I want forces though. Want forces, we want commands. I wonder if this is a Blood Moon matchup. I played another Bone Crusher. I was completely tapped out. I had 0 mana available. If you cast just down with Merton on the stack, it enters with a 3/3 with no counters. I think so, yes. I think that's how that works. What are we playing against? Hammer. Probably on the play I do want Blood Moons. At least a couple, maybe not all of them. Fury seems nuts. Murktide seems not great. Or is Murktide actually great? Murktide actually may be great. Borrower seems excellent. Bone Crusher seems excellent. Probably the worst cards are the Fire Ices. Fire Spout is also interesting. I don't think it's necessarily great always, but I don't think we take Moon. I mean, it's great against Saga and it's great against Inkmoth Nexus. This deck looks great against Hammer. How do we lose? I mean, did you see my opponent's hand? It doesn't matter if your deck is great against Hammer. Like, Hammer has some hands that are straight up unbeatable. Like, that you cannot beat. That's why Hammer is Hammer, right? Also, you need to draw your good cards. Well, who needs lands anyway? This seems like a hand that I have to keep, and that I will be punished for keeping. Also, I have Blood Moons in my deck. I shouldn't have bottomed the basic line. I should have bottomed the Wooded Foothills. That was a mistake on my part for sure. Hola Santos, ¿todo bien? Yeah, I'm really needing premium today. Not renewing my subscription was a pretty bad mistake for sure. All right, that's hot. If I'm gonna say it, that's hot. So I just kill both of these. And I'm just gonna main phase, so I'm just gonna pitch this Violent Outburst. Che, intentamos jugar con Real Nivel. No, no lo voy a hacer. No me interesa. To my playset of Old Border Forces. Wow. Do those look great in paper? I hope that they look great in paper, because they're just foil. Yuck. They're just ugly foils. Man, big mistake for... Ugh. Good foil edged. Yeah. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Watch my mouth when it comes to foils. I'm sorry, Donnie. I'm sorry. I have a very strict no foils policy. I run a very tight ship. Very tight non-foil ship. Wow, this draws, dude. These draws are far from incredible. Foils belong in the binder. Not my binder. They would be cluttering too much space. I'm playing this because I have forces, so I'm gonna fetch for a breeding pool tapped on my opponent's end step. Alright, that's probably a good sign. Have you not seen Foil Edge Old World of Titania? She's sexy. Nice. I haven't seen her, no. Wow, we were drawing like garbage. But it didn't matter because my opponent drew like garbager. Alright, so this force a bigger card. It's pretty solid. I don't think we want moons on the draw. I think they're going to be a little bit too slow. So on the draw, I am a lot more interested in Dead Gone, maybe? Maybe just the Miser's Blood Moon. Yeah, I think this is good. Why didn't they block and keep protection from green? They were playing around the removal spell from me, but it's wrong for them to do that because if I had a removal spell, I think I'm keeping this hand. If I have a removal spell, then I would have just shocked the Giver of Runes, right? So it was, they incorrectly played around the card that I didn't have. Esper Sentinel. This guy is really annoying. That's a good draw. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass this turn, and I'm gonna Fury now. Cigar the Sade. Punished. They're gonna go for it? I mean, if they go for it, I'm just gonna shock whatever they target. Let's just get a basic mountain. Dead. They do get to draw a card, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. Maybe I should have made Facebone Crusher there. Void Mirror. Sure. So we just bounce that on end step. Please play something else. Please play something else. Yes. Yes. So the plan now, end step Borrower the Void Mirror and tap Fury that, and then Rhinos them. Fury, pitching Fury. Get my 2 for 2. And now I'm just gonna play my land, then pass the turn. Because this way, like, I'm forcing them to play the Void Mirror. And now we put a power into play. This deck is great, man. I love this deck. This is awesome. Am I gonna want to? That's just game, right? The game has ended. I think we play this out. So the way I lose here, I think I just Bone Crusher now, right? If their last card in hand is another hammer or something, then we get owned. But I think this is the best way to go about this. Because now they got no creature, another Brazen Borrower. And even, like, they can go for lethal with Igmoth, but we have Prismari Command, so we can kill it. Is BTL playable? I think BTL is pretty solid. I don't think it's as good as it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I thought it was very, very good, but... And now we can just command the Inkmoth itself. So we don't even have to shock here and get blown out by a second equipment. We just shock, we just destroy. Should we create a treasure token? I'm just gonna create a treasure token. That's like even extra insurance. Create a treasure token, destroy artifact. So I create a treasure token. That's the artifact that I want to destroy. GG's. All right, this hand looks excellent. Let's keep it. Yes, look at how lucky I am. Probably never resolved the Gemstone Caverns before. All right, that's how that works. Okay, cool. It's not a great draw. Why is the podcast not on iTunes? Because I literally don't know how to get it on iTunes. If you know how I can get the podcast on iTunes, I would love to. That's where I listen to my podcasts. So I would love for us to be on iTunes, but I literally have no idea how to do that. So I know that's probably not the best answer that you were expecting, but lag got better after 10 push-ups. Interesting. I think we go Steam Vents here. Look at me, I'm on the play now, yeah. Oh, damn it, I should have Outburst there when my opponent did not have Counterspell mana up. I guess I'm gonna have the chance anyway. Four color. I assume that they're playing, what's his name? They're playing Wilderness Wreck. Yeah, so I use something that's called Anchor FM, and it's been pretty good. Like it very smoothly gets everything into a bunch of different platforms. Like we are on like Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, like a bunch of platforms, and it just does it like that. It's very, very nice. But Apple Podcasts specifically, for whatever reason, I can't do it. I think my opponent's going to be stuck on mana, so I'm just going to let that go. You can have your Emrakul. This is the worst Factor Fiction that I've ever seen. This is the worst FOF I've ever seen. This is so bad for them. Like, either one of these are just so bad for them. Like, these don't do anything at all. So, my opponent's playing Breach, 5 colors, and Breach. The only card that really matters is this one. So, I think I do this. Bolt doesn't matter because they're dead next turn. I think I split it like this because if they get the cards, then they're gonna need to find the lands. And the only way they got the lands. So they didn't get the spells. Sweet. And now, like, if they reach, I just force it. All right, I'll check that out, Sheeps. Thank you so much for that. I get breeding pool here. Play my land. Can I kill you, please? Bolt. This resolves. Do I just force this? No, I don't. Because I can just shock them. And now we can force whatever they do. Got him. Sweet. So some sort of control deck. So I'm assuming that we're bringing these bad boys in. Let me save this YouTube video. Make sure that it doesn't play. Okay. Now what? So this sucks. These probably suck as well. Clothis? Is Clothis something I'm interested in here? Fury seems pretty awful too. Dude, we have a lot of bad cards here. Maybe forces actually. I'm assuming that no, I guess that they're not playing Wreck, they're playing Emrakul Breach. No Clothis, yes Moon. I don't think that Moon is gonna be great. Like I'm down to bring in it because, you know, whatever, but I don't think it's gonna be great, if I'm being honest. Decided to tune in for a rare occasion and know I'm just present, I want a refund? Nah. No refunds. You paid zero money and you will not be given back your $0. They are mine now. Yeah, this hand sucks. Let's ship it. This hand's a lot better. Let's keep it. I think I bought him shardless. Not sure about that at all. It's possible I should have shipped the... Totally correct for me to bottom the shardless there. Totally correct. I watch a 15-second pre-roll ad and enjoy your 0.001 cents. I will. Those 0.001 cents shall be enjoyed. Thoroughly at that. I am 100% upkeep tapping my opponent's Ketra Triumph. That will teach him. That will teach him for playing like greedy 4-color mana bases for no reason. Steambat here or Stomping Ground? Stomping Ground, right? We have forces. Oh no, we don't have forces. Well, whatever. Ice. That. Pog. Other request refund here. Is there... My opponent is like, no. I will not play spells. They may have Wrath, though. But I guess we do have another shardless, so we don't care too much. I got an image to look to a box, and it had 0 fetches, so I recorded it, sent it to Wizards, and they said no refunds. Brutal. Are you supposed to be guaranteed fetch lands in the collector boosters? Is that a thing? Alright, Pigeon Foff. No, just unlucky. Yeah. I mean, somebody has to open the Void Mirrors, right? Somebody's gotta open them Void Mirrors. Land. Take 2. I don't think I have enough pressure, so I'm just going to... gonna play a second one of these. They skip their land drop. Maybe they're next level in me, which is quite possible, but I have double force, you know? I feel like I really need to press the gas. They may have, like, you know, slow roll a land, so I don't play around Verdict. Seems unlikely. Someone has to open the chef's kiss. Yeah, don't even say it. I already opened enough chef kisses. And that means I opened 1. But 1 is definitely more than enough. If they have a verdict here, we are probably not in good shape. Omnath. Okay. Not a card I was expecting. Tell you that much. Not a card that I was expecting. What do you got, opponent? They missed land drop last turn. I mean, not the last turn, but the turn before. Opponent's doing something. Prismatic Candy, my Rhino. I would really prefer if that didn't happen. So I think I'm just gonna send a force here. This dispute is looking kind of awkward. Ren? Yeah, probably not. They could have dispute here, though. Would be very bad for us. Looks like they don't. Oh, they had the land. Brutal. But they're down to 1 card. They're down to 1 card. So if I swing everything... If I swing everything, when I put in blocks here, they go down to 2. And next turn, even if they block the Rhino, they're still dead. And even if they find the land. Just like it's Hammer Companion unplayable, yeah. The thing is that the 2 points of damage would have meant that my opponent had a free block, right? I think that's fine, because I don't want my opponent to find the Fairy Time Raveler. Yeah, so they found the land. And now we're presenting lethal. Sweet. Awesome. My opponent's deck was interesting. Seems a little bit greedy. Seems like a little bit of a greedy deck, but yeah, we got him. See you next round. Alright, against Lurrus. Another one-lander. So many one-landers. So many one-landers. Naya Lance is the only effective control deck right now. You know it, Scott. You know it. I'm not shipping this in, I don't think. I don't think going down to 5 things get a lot better for us. Right? This at least has ways to stall and kill monkeys. Like, it's not a hand that I'm excited about, but I don't think it's shippable. I don't think it's bad enough for me to ship. Main deck Soul Guide Lantern. Jeez. We're playing Egg Cascade spells? Yes. If you want to check the deck list. Exclamation point deck. Always. Dude, a Giver of Runes is fucked up in this deck. Giver of Runes is... sure is something. Me playing deck with counter spells? No, I played deck with counter spells before. I played control decks multiple times. I'm gonna fire this thing. So I'm trying to figure out whether this matters. Doesn't feel like it does. They found Shadow Spear. Having access to Brazen Boros is kind of a big deal here. Protection from green. This is when we do the thing. This is the turn that we have to dodge, and then we can do all of this stuff while actually pressuring our opponent, which is exactly what we wanna have going. So we need to dodge Pure Steel Paladin. Yeah, that's fine. That is completely irrelevant. Pact of Negation is a counter spell. Nice. GG, will play it, I guess. I will block you. Another Brazen Borrower? Well, that's hot. Second Brazen Borrower is huge there. You may play your Ingenious Smith, opponent. You may take more damage from your Silent Clearings as well. Memnite doesn't trigger this again, so it's fine. And I think I'm just gonna bounce this again on end step. Sure. So this is just lethal now. I'm gonna bounce the Shadow Spear, by the way. I'm not gonna bounce the Ornithopter, otherwise my opponent's gonna get to redeploy and they have another blocker. So I'm just gonna bounce the Shadow Spear because the damage that they'll deal doesn't do anything. That means that they don't gain life, and then we just swing and kill them. Alright, on the draw. We said we like that, we said we like that, we definitely like this. We don't like these. Fury is hot. Maybe a couple of Bone Crushers. We do have enough red cards for Fury, I think. All of these are red cards for Fury. We're at 21. It's fine. What's the last cut? First figure price is similar to that time in modern when surgical was 50 ticks. Yeah, I remember. Do you remember 50 ticks surgical? That was something. The Murktide goes. Yeah, I could definitely see the Murktide going actually. Surgical used to be the recent decks were expensive for a long time. Yep, for way too long, honestly. It was completely uncalled for surgical extraction to be that expensive for that long. Definitely keeping this. I don't think you ever cut any footfalls, right? It's kind of nice. I'm gonna wait until I see what my opponent does here. And I'm playing the footfields because I don't know whether I'm shocking just yet. Cigar the Sade. Yeah, that's fine. Let them play the Colossus Hammer. And now with that on the stack, I'm just gonna fetch for blue and red. Yeah. Just gonna force both of these. Pitching the other force. And I'm gonna pay for this dude. No, we're not on Blood Moon. Blood Moon's on the board. I can get my 2 for 2. Or I can fire ice. Can fire the Stoneforge. I think I'm gonna fire the Stoneforge. The problem is now. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. Good stuff. Yeah, let's do this in response to the Esper Sentinel. My opponent's like, okay, I trust you. I trust you. You got it. I trust you. You got it. All right. All right. Last round. Sure. Keep this hand. Look at this clean mana base. Clean. This mana base is clean. Turn 1 tapped land. No harm, no foul. Turn 2 untapped land. Turn 3 untapped land. And against burn, where it actually matters? Oh my god. Man, whitelistedness. Whitelistedness is a wonderful experience. Stomp your dude. Stomp your dude. Holding up 2 mana? Alright, how about I make 10 power? what do you gotta say about that, opponent? You're holding up 2 mana. Well, here's 10. Here's 10 for you. I think if they Searing Blaze, I'm gonna force it, but I'm probably not forcing anything else. Yep, seems good enough to me. It's not like his Brace and Boros are gonna matter, really. Lava Spike. Tanya. And now here's a lethal attacker. Go. You can't do that. Target non-land permanent and opponent controls. That was a non-game. Are we just submitting the same 60? Why is Burn popular again all of a sudden? What changed? Like, why do people think that Burn is playable now? I guess I probably want the shock on the draw. The Borrower, probably not too hot. Burn got popular with Tron came back. That's fair. Maybe I want some forces? I mean, they could have Rolling Vortex. Oh, Rolling Vortex owns us. I just noticed that. Although I guess we're also taking 5 from we're taking 5 from the force as well. Wow, Rolling Vortex is actually kind of a problem. Well, I mean, we have a million answers to the Eidolon, so like the Eidolon is not really concerning. But Rolling Vortex is an issue. Yeah, I may need to leave in the Borrowers just because of Rolling Vortex. Sclotis of Fire Spout or Force better than Prismari Command. That seems pretty bad. Well, I don't know if my opponent's going to have access to... yeah, I mean, this hand's great, so... Keep this, put that into play. Okay. Exile Wooded Foothills. Yeah. Probably going to be fetching for a basic forest anyway. Unless my opponent does nothing. Goblin Guide. Huh. So this means I have perfect mana and it's 100% painless. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I mean, I don't need to take this point of damage. Goblin Guide. Eidolon. Just not Rolling Vortex. Yeah, Eidolon's fine. Just shock it. It's dead. It's dead. Lane. Okay, we need to find something here. Gobo. Rolling Vortex. Are we just racing them? We have a force in hand. We just very easily race them. Nice rolling vortex. This is just lethal next turn. Dude, these rhinos are not fucking around. Also, now their Sunbait Canyon is blank too. Nice deck, opponent, nice deck. Boros Charm. That's like conceding the game right there, right? They're tapping out. I'm gonna show them how that they are. Yep. Pew, 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 pew. That was kind of effortless, honestly. I feel a little bit bad, honestly. I feel a little bit bad because that was way too easy. That was like the easiest 4-1 that I've ever experienced in my entire life. This deck's legit. This deck's legit. Alright, sweet. We will be probably trying another league, so let's do that. Let's do that. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next league.